All right, so we are going to do a better review of the 365, the Sig 365 than I did before. This thing came out about a year ago, and I did a kind of a first impression review of it. And now it's been a year and I've shot the piss out of it, and so we're just gonna go over it. So starting off, this comes with 10 round magazines, but you can go get the aftermarket 12 round mags. And the good thing about the 12 round mags is you get, 12 plus 1, and you can get a full grip on it, as you can see. So when Sig designed this thing, they actually designed the magazine first. It's a double stack, so it's not near as snappy as a lot of the other subcompacts. Subcompacts aren't really fun to shoot. This one is actually really comfortable. But anyways, they designed the magazine first, the double stack, and then they actually designed the gun around the magazine. That's according to Sig. So who knows? But that's what they say, right? So let's talk about some of the good things about this, all right? It already comes with like a quasi stipple job, which is actually really good. It feels great in the hand, all right? They've thinned this part of the gun out a little bit so you can really get high up there and get your hand around it. It doesn't feel like you're shooting a subcompact, all right? It's very accurate. It's more accurate than any of the other subcompacts that I've shot, which is Glock 43, Glock 43X, Smith & Wesson Shield, something from Walther that I can't remember the name, and I don't know, a bunch of other shit. So this is by far the most accurate. I'm the most accurate with this, and it's also the most comfortable. Trigger's pretty comfortable. It took me some getting used to because I am a Glock guy, so the reset is not as strong coming back as Glock, which I really like a trigger that forces my finger back forward. So not the lightest thing in the world, but you hit that reset point a lot faster if there's some force coming through it. This one doesn't have as much of the force coming back. You kind of have to ride it out a little bit until you really get the hang of it. Whereas, when it has some force, it just snaps right back there. It's got some serrations on the front. I don't really give a shit. The serrations on the back are nice. It does have a little rail here. I don't know if anybody makes any lights for it. I probably wouldn't carry one on it anyways, but it's a nice option. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages. Whoa. You're either really excited about those milk duds or you got a gun in your pants.
Matter of fact, I do have a gun in my pants.
I've got a gun in my pants too.
Whoa, I can't even see it.
Get yourself a Vigilance Elite flannel at vigilanceelite.com and it'll blend right in.
I think I might have to. This thing's showing.
All right, so let's talk about some of the negatives, all right? I actually have only had a few malfunctions with this, and that was when I didn't clean it, okay? And I did that on purpose. I wanted to see how long it would take. It took probably at least 400 rounds before I started getting any malfunctions, and there wasn't very many. Cleaned it up, and malfunctions don't seem to be an issue at all. It seems to be pretty reliable. The only negative thing that I have to say that I actually feel is when I grip the gun, I don't really have anything up front here to put my thumb on, so it kind of slides off a little bit, all right? And there's not any, it's flush with the slide, so you can't allow, you see a lot of guns like Glock and I think the Shield and some of these other ones where there's enough on the receiver to shave something off to give you like a little shelf to grip your thumb on to keep that muzzle flip from coming. and it also keeps your hands in place. This one doesn't have that. So I don't know if anybody's doing anything up here. You might be able to take some skateboard tape, melt it down, liquid nails it to get that grip, but really, to be honest with you, that's the only negative thing that I can feel with this thing, all right? So, the other negatives, the thing that makes me very hesitant to actually use this thing is they have a problem with quality control, all right? So, what I mean by that is Sig already had the issue with the Sig 320 with the drop thing where you drop it and if it's the sweet spot, then it's going off. Then they released this, I believe was their second striker fire. And right when it came on the market, they immediately recalled them because some dumbass at Sig doesn't know how to check fucking night sights, all right? Now, I'm sorry, but if you're too fucking stupid to be able to check night sights, what else can go wrong with this thing? All right. Then they had an issue with the firing pins, you know, and it just makes you wonder, like, well, fuck, what else is going to happen with this thing? But I sent it in. I got the sights replaced. I haven't had any other issues with it at all. It is the most comfortable thing I've shot, subcompact wise. It is the most accurate. I think I might start carrying this because I personally have not had any issues other than having to recall, send it back in for the sights. So, great design. For me, it's been very reliable, and I'm gonna carry it. I've tested it, and it seems good. So, now we're gonna go and do a little accuracy test. So, I'm just gonna shoot a steel silhouette, about half the size of a full-size one, and we'll start at 25 yards, move back to 50, see if I hit there. We'll do, you know, maybe three rounds and see what happens. So they say the max effective range of a 9mm round's 50 yards anyways. So, all right, see you at the 25-yard line. All right, guys, so we're gonna start off at 25 yards. I'm just gonna do a 3-round burst. Not super fast because it's a fucking subcompact and we're at 25 yards and it's not easy. So I'm gonna go for accuracy. All right, here we go. 25, 3 rounds. All right, so 3 rounds, 25. As you can see, all right, center chest. Those are all effective shots. Let's move it back to 35. All right, so 3 out of 3 at 25. Now we're at 35. Let's go another 3 rounds. Roger that. Roger that. I fucking missed one. Oh well. All right, guys, so now we're at the 50-yard line. We're going to do another 3 rounds. They say this is the max effective range of a 9mm. So, here we go. 3 rounds. Roger that. Roger that. Got him all that time, didn't I, motherfucker? Roger that. All right, guys, so we just hit 50 yards, and we were gonna keep going, but unfortunately, Motive Cinemas is extremely fucking hungry right now because it's lunchtime and Jesse's bitching. So I just said, fuck it, let's go to the 100-yard line, and we'll see what we got. Roger that. Let's get some fucking lunch. So I'm gonna go until I hit. I don't know if I will hit, but we're at 100. Here we go. Roger that. Roger that. Ho! Whoa! You know what they say? If you hit it at 100 yards with a pistol, just fucking act like you own it. Don't do it again, because you might fuck up. That's a hit. Roger that. Let's get some lunch.